Hey everybody. Boy, do we miss you guys. I don't know if you're missing us yet, but this is different. We knew it was gonna be. We've already found out it has been, but we miss you guys. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're gonna be talking about solving systems of equation using substitution, and this is part one. This is a pretty full section with solving by substitution. Then we have another method after this. So we've already done graphing where you guys looked at lines. Today we're going to talk about substitution. There's going to be 3 days of this because it's going to get a little bit harder each day. So today we're looking at things like this: y equals x minus 4 and y equals 9. Now these are technically two equations, right? Anytime we see that y and that x on here, we know that we've got an equation going on. When you see just this y equals 9 or an x equals a number, we're not necessarily used to thinking that that's a line, but it is. It's going to be that vertical or that horizontal line. So today you're going to see a bunch of situations like this, where you're going to have one equation like we're used to seeing it with an x and a y in there, and then you're going to see another one that's either y equals a number, or x equals a number. Now the same thing's happening today where your solution to these is always going to be an ordered pair. You need to be submitting your final answers in ordered pair. It's an x and a y value that represent the spot on the graph where these are crossing, right? You guys did that in your graphing assignment. So what you're starting with today is you're already going to have one of these figured out. You're always going to already have either the x value or the y value, right? You will already know one of these because they're going to give it to you. Now that helps two ways. First of all, our answer is halfway done. Second of all, it's going to make the substitution a lot easier. So what's going on is we need a way to figure out the missing variables in this equation up top. Well, it's really hard to do when there's two equations in there. You can't solve and get one equation all by itself until you have just one variable left over. Okay, so this y equals 9. Here's where the substitution is going to come into play today. We are going to take this 9. It's telling us that y is equal to 9. So wherever there's a y, I can replace it or substitute it with the 9. Y is 9, so I'm going to turn this y into a 9. Okay? So when I replace that y with a 9, that new equation on top now becomes 9 equals x minus 4 instead of y equals x minus 4. Now it says 9 equals x minus 4. Now x is the only thing left. You know how to solve this. You know how to get x by itself right now. All you got to do is add 4 to both sides. That's canceled out. And 13 is going to be your x value. And that is what you are going to put in for your x. So your final answer in these things today, you're going to be given either your x or your y right away, and then you're going to go solve for the other one by substituting. So your x equaling 13, your y equaling 9, your ordered pair for your final answer is the x of 13 and the y of 9. Make sure you're putting the x first and the y second. So that would be your final answer here. That's your ordered pair. That's your solution. Just to relate this to what we did last time with graphing, I've graphed both of these lines. So here's your y equals x minus 4, your y equals 9, and there's the blue line right here, the red line down here, and look where they're meeting. They are at the ordered pair 13, 9. So that ordered pair is where they intersect, and that's what we're going to go ahead and find out today. Why don't we just graph it? It's a lot easier. Well, only with specific problems does it graph out nicely. With a lot of problems that get harder and harder, like you're going to see in the next couple days, graphing it's not going to work. It's going to be harder to graph than to do what we're showing you here. So we're going to get used to some of that substitution today with some of the problems that you're going to see today. So that's the first one. Let's try another one. Again, you're going to be given one of them. In this case, you were given the x value right away. You know right away that your x is -2. So with your final answer needing to be an x and a y, you already found your x value. Now we need to go find the y. Well, up here, again, you can't solve for the y until there's only a y. So I'm going to take this -2, and I'm going to replace the x. I'm going to substitute the x up top with the negative 2 that I already know my x to be equal to. So instead of x plus negative, or excuse me, so instead of x plus y equals 3, I know now that negative 2 plus y equals 3. Since x is equal to negative 2, I can replace it with a negative 2. Okay, they're the same thing. So I've got negative 2 plus y equals 3. Again, you guys know how to solve this. You've been doing one-step equations for a long time, and you guys have gotten good at it. Don't get confused with what we're seeing with these one-step equations today just because it's in a new situation. You know how to do this. How do I move a negative 2 away so that I can get my y all by itself? I'm going to do the opposite and add 2. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. That cancels, and now my y is equal to 5. Now I've found my y, and my final answer is the ordered pair. Let's put it down here. X of negative 2, y of 5. And that would be your answer with the comma and the parentheses and everything. That's how we write ordered pairs. And that is that point where those two lines would intersect, the negative 2 and the 5. One more example here today, and we'll get this video wrapped up. You're going to see where you're going to be multiplying as well. Same thing. I need an x and a y for my final answer. We're already giving you the x of 3. X equals 3. Boom. Done. Got my x. Now I still need my y. I need to find my y. Well, I'm going to start that process by, again, substituting out the x in the top equation for the 3 that it's equal to. So instead of y equals 7x, I've got y equals 7. Here's where we get a few mistakes. Some people think that that 3 replaces the x and it's just going to be 73. It's not 73. Okay, some of us think that, well, maybe I'm just going to add it because it looks like a positive x, so it's going to be 7 plus 3, and that's going to be 10. Nope, that's not going to be happening either. That was kind of glitchy, but nope, you're not adding 3. What happens when a variable is connected to a number? You're multiplying. This is 7 times x. So instead of an x, we plug in the 3, it's now 7 times 3. So then my y will equal 21. 7 times 3 is 21. So now, boom, got my y value figured out, and my final answer is going to be that ordered pair of an x value of 3, y value of 21, and that one's done. Okay, that's our first day of solving systems by substitution. Hopefully that goes okay for you. All your homework on Alex is going to look just like these 3 problems. Check back to the video if you need some help later, or else check out some sample problems in Alex. All right, until then, good luck. Let myself or Ms. Mickelson know if you need any help, and we'll see you guys later.